Geis with the carry on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Steps away to his left. He can run for it and will.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Check nickel. Check 55.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. It's brought in by Jackson. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And the result here, a pickup of 8, leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd and 2, Haskins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, they made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their 2nd-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Greg Stroman back deep waiting for it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Haskins. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Geis. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On the ground, Geis. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Haskins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
9 yards to go.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Result of the play is an turnover on down.
Silver.
They'll run with Geis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, 33 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously with the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Miller. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. On the tackle, it was Greg Stroman, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give the first man through Gillespie, the fullback. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Watson off play action. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hopkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. A first down carry now for Miller. And he stopped immediately there. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Reset. 19. Right there. 26. I'm trying to collect.
On second down, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. From the red zone now, Watson. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Come on, D.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson forced out to... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Redskins scoop it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Now Haskins to throw it. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Watch the shot. Go.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift-wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Watson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Texans cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. Hey, come on. Check 41. Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D. Wahoo! 41 Mike. Here we go. 41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. All day. 41's coming. Orbit. Hey, check.
Snap comes in 1. Now Haskins. He finds an opening past the 40. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Here's Haskins to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Houston, it's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 41.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's got Thompson here, complete. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Watson now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got Fuller. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And it is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Whitney merciless, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Haskins will throw. Completes it right side to Dodson. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. 4th down. Here's Haskins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
On 1st down, Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, he's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play. But if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. On first down, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long from Houston.